Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Milk BTD here, back with another video, and today we got some BFB Colosseum Play Till I Lose Tier 0, and our first opponent here is Player. So in case you can't tell, if there's this clan called Power going for chest 11, and their leader made everyone change their name to Player. So as you can see, he's on the 8th global and 7th prestige, and he has a okay amount of meds, and he has a decent badge, but looks like he's grinding pretty hard, so we're going to try to stop that. And if you guys are new, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 before the end of February. Obviously that hasn't come yet, but probably by the time you're seeing this video it has come out. And obviously, in case you also can't tell, this is also a post-com, so yeah, enjoy. Anyway, so our first map here is Frozen River. I couldn't live commentate these games because I was actually playing in my car, or in my parents' car, I guess, whatever you want to say. And we're going boat mortar here. Boat mortar is undoubtedly the meta on this map. Maybe boat boomer, and because boat mortar counters cobra, and cobra is the second most viable strategy behind this. So, and as you can see, he pulls out the cobra, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my boat as a second, there's no point. So what I'm trying to say is there's no point in trying to go for a farm here because I know he's gonna eco a little bit, so might as well start with my boat. Anyways, he gets the double wired funds, obviously 24 seconds, and he's going to go ahead and indeed send me reds here. And what I'm going to need to do to defend reds is not much, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and greed for my more bananas, because my plan here is we need to get up the BIA as soon as we can, before round 16. So probably like at the end of round 15, get up our BIA, boost to the round 16 rush he sends us, and then we're perfectly fine. So as you can see, we have a grape shot here, and I'm going to send a little bit here because I don't want him to greed. The worst thing about Cobra is if they play aggressively and they have tons of Cobra farms. If they play passively and they don't eco at all, then you're for sure winning, because that way they're both playing passive. So you're playing passive, you get the BIA, and they're playing passive and they have a bunch of Cobras. Doesn't matter. Mortar counters Cobra. Big one plus the artillery battery isn't too good of a combo to pass up, and it pretty much solos adjustment with light work. So anyways, he's sending me, let me get back on track. So he's gonna send me some blues and pinks, doesn't matter too much. Upgrade to the faster shooting, obviously. Put my boat on first to catch the leaks, and it's back on last. So you want to have it on last because it kind of shoots up as a straight shot, so it can help that's pretty effective, honestly. If I played this a little bit better, I would start with my boat on the left part. As you can see, there's like a little spot for the boat, so I can fit another boat there, but I should probably have started with that spot because as you can see, we're still leaking down. So round 6 comes along and he does place his boat down, so I know either boat boomer or boat mortar. Boat mortar cobra sounds a bit weird, so I'm gonna go ahead and anticipate boat boomer. So if he was playing this like really correctly, he knows boat boomer does not go late, right? Boat boomer does not go late, boat boomer does not go late, so he needs to play this really aggressive. What that means is constant eco draining me, so I don't have enough to get any farms up. And like if you send greens with blacks behind, like balloon boosted greens and then some pinks behind, that'd be a really effective rush, as it would force me to get up more defense. But he's just letting me greed here. As you can see, more cobras for him are not good. He needs to have a higher eco, and his spaced eco is not going to do anything. Yeah, it's going to leak me down on lives a little bit, but like I said, the more we greed is the better for us. So honestly, it's just going to be good for us. So we're just going to go for our next farm here. As you can see, he is about 7 cobras down, 8 cobras now, and we have about 2 plantations and a 1-0 so far, which is really good for us, because we're aiming for like around 15, round 16 BIA. So that's going to be, like I said before, our plans to boost on round 15, the end of round 15. So he's gonna go ahead and send me yellows here. It mixes pretty well with the AI, and I just get up my burning stuff mortar to help clean up. Target my boats back on first to help clean up with that mess, and we solo easily. Yes, we did leak a couple lives, but we're gonna have to get up our mortar this round, so there's no point in trying to hide it, and there's definitely no point in trying to boost. As I predicted, he places down his boomer. Now with his defense right here, we really can't rush him this much, so there's no point in trying to send anything. And he's gonna send whites at us. Okay of a rush. I don't think it was a rush, more for eco purposes, but our mortar easily solos that. And why I'm getting that grape shot up on top is because I want my grape shot on the top to shred the layer of like the zebras and stuff, so the mortar can hit it, which is good, obviously. So I'm sending him a camo lead here to force his camo detection or his cannon chip. He also sends me a camo lead, so I'm going to be forced to get up my signal flare. And yeah, that's pretty much how it's going. And we're pretty much vibing at this point, honestly. And he's gonna send us whites here, not gonna do much, as you can see, the grape shot spam is gonna get to him. So it's round 14 here, and like I said earlier, if he sends us round 15 regen leads, baits the boost, and then if we boost, like, if it's like and we don't get our boost back before round 16, then we're going to be in big trouble. So that's why I'm waiting. So as you can see, he starts to adjust a little bit, not the move at all. You want to save your money for a rush here. And look, I have enough to go for my BIA now, but I know that he's probably going to send some leads here or be annoying. So I'm going to wait till the end of round 15 before I go for that. That way, any counter rush he sends, I have enough money to get up defense for it. And as you can see, we have $4,000. Bit Turtle Micro here. We sell it and we get up the BIA. We have enough to afford a destroyer, so that's what he's probably going to send us. Yep, he's sending leads here. And as you can see, now I can tower boost. Now we effectively got away with the BIA. And even against good players like this guy, obviously I can't tell exactly who he is, but as you can see, that play worked out perfectly. And the problem here is Moabs, right? So I need that first boat on strong to target the Moab layer to shut it down. And then I'm probably going to need like a balloon buster too. And I know right now I have this game in the bag. So if I have to like cash out my BIA, then I'm 100% going to do it because I'm going to win anyways. So yeah, this his only chance here is to send me like an early ZMG, but even that's going to be a pretty easy defend, not going to lie, since they're not going to be that strong. So as you can see, he balloon boosts here. I just tower boost because look at the AI. It's pushing so hard on our screen, and it's going to go right into the Moab, and that's going to be perfect. He sends a lot of leads underneath. I cash out, and I get the balloon buster, target it to hit the balloons underneath, and we're absolutely vibing. So, the mortar cannot hit camo, so I need to get up more signal flares so that the balloon buster can hit camos. Anyway, so he sends us another Moab here, and this is going to be a pretty easy defend. 4 destroyers on strong with the balloon buster. Looks like it's going to be close actually, but the balloon buster is such an underrated upgrade as it easily handles that. And I just boost because it looked really scary. I honestly did not have to boost, but I know that if I boost, it's just going to keep giving me more and more money into the BIA because obviously it's yeah, it does that. And he's going to go ahead and balloon boost here. And I see he sends a decent amount of cobra. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell my BIA because it's honestly not that bad. And I just get up the big one, obviously. And we pretty much solo this rush. I'm going to have to mortar stall one more time. Target the big one to the ceramics and we're vibing. So why I'm okay selling my BIA there is because now with the artillery battery and the big one, we have enough to solo adjustment. This right here solos adjustment until like round 32. Easily, so there's no point in me trying to try to greed that out. I probably had enough to cash out, and I don't even know if I did cash out, but hopefully I did to save some money. And now what my plan is to do is just to send him an early ZMG. He's not going to be able to defend. Low eco. He has cobra farms are pretty useless, so he's pretty much lost this game. And why I didn't counter with all out Moabs here is because he has enough cobras to sell for double turbo and boost, and double turbo and boost solos fast cooldown Moabs, so there's no point in sending him that, honestly. So I'm just gonna vibe with my defense. He can continue adjusting or whatever he wants to do. Obviously he's not gonna eco. His eco's like 50 right now or something like that. He's pretty trash eco, and honestly we're just chilling to this. So like I said earlier, we pretty much solo adjustment. We're pretty much fine, honestly, and all we have to do, get a couple more destroyers to shred the ceramic layer, and then we're fine. So he spaced eco in here. There's nothing much he can really do. He pretty much lost this game. I don't know what his eco is at the moment, but I'm assuming it's pretty trash since he sent like 4 or 5 Moabs. And he still has like a little bit of cobras, but he doesn't have a lot. So I'm sending some camo leads here to force back up his cannon chip. Obviously forces the sell of the boomer. Now if I wanted to, I could send a lot of leads right here, but I don't, and because he gets his boom back up anyway. So round 24, there are ceramics on that round, so I probably want to send some leads to mix in with the ceramics. That's a pretty good rush. So on round like 22, round 24, round 25, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to send leads to blend in with the AI ceramics, because it makes it hard for the towers to defend anyway. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna wait till round 24. So round 25 is more ceramic, so I can blend some more leads in with that. And round 26, I think I'll have enough money to send a ZMG. As you can see, I'm debating whether to send a ZMG or not, and I'm like, you know what, he's probably just gonna die to round 25. He has to double turbo that. So if you see your opponent on like Ghostly Coast or anything like that on like one of those maps trying to solo round 25 ceramics, it's not gonna work. So we're just going to blend some leads in here, and when the ceramics come out, as you can see, AI rainbows mixed with the ceramics, and he's going to have a really hard time defending this. He's going to have to double turbo like I mentioned earlier, but unfortunately he thinks he can just solo with 1 turbo, and look at that. Look at how OP the ceramics are, pushing way back on his screen. He boosts, doesn't matter, too late, and player does go down. Not sure who this is, but anyways, top 8 global, top 7 prestige, whatever. GG's, man. And I'll catch you guys and look at that, like, GG's. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next game. Alright, so we got our next opponent here, 6.9 plus 62.1. And he has a lot of games played. He has like 20,000 games played-ish, give or take. And he has like 300 million meds. But as you can see, when we're scrolling through his badges, we can obviously tell this is a modded account. Unless he paid for this account, like someone grinded it for him. But this is like a pretty modded account to me, not gonna lie. So we're going offside here. So I'm going to give him the sweat NFE. I'm not the best at NFE. I'm definitely far from the best. But I am... I'm just gonna go with it because it's honestly the best strat in the game still, I think, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe it's not, but I from what I've seen with Salamence and his NFE drain, boy, that looks pretty OP to me. Anyways, so I spiked in the beginning because I want to anti-stall extra hard here, and he's doing a little bit micro with his farmers, and we're gonna eco to bunch because I don't want to just go for my farm. I want to force defense on his side, and that's probably gonna be the play, to be honest, to force a lot of defense on his side. And we can go for a farm here. He is sending us some reds here, but obviously he wants to go for his own farm. But he did buy the 9-inch nails, which is really good for us. And we'll be able to afford our own 9-inch nails here at 42 seconds. Bam, we perfectly afford a 9-inch nails. Not perfectly, but we definitely afforded one. And we're going to go ahead and go for more bananas here. And we're just going to get ready for pinks. So if we send some pinks at him, it's definitely going to force a lot. And if he sends pinks at us, it's going to force a lot. So I get my second NG down, and I'm going to do a bit of layering here. The only problem is I don't have enough money to do any layering. So I'm just going to keep sending some blues here. And I'm going to send spaced pinks over top, as that'll force a lot of defense. He gets his second NG in the same spot. I think he is a little to the right of mine, and we're gonna go ahead and send him pinks here. As you can see, he upgrades to the second 9-inch nails, which is a big W for us. Honestly, I would just get maybe another NG, more cost effective, to be honest. So we're just fine right here, vibing, and we're just gonna go ahead and go for a farm unless he wants to send us anything. Round 6, we will need like another 9-inch, another NG or something like that, but honestly, we don't need to get it right now anyway. So he's sending us some greens here. This is going to be a really big rush from him, and it's going to be really hard to defend, honestly. So I have to put my NG back on first. He's balloon boosting it too. I double spike it. I might as well boost, to be honest, but I want to place down my 0-0 NG down first, so that's also boosted. And as you can see, it's a huge rush, so I'm just going to go and tower boost. Not worth the lives, nothing like that. He spent a lot of money on that rush, so I'm just going to go ahead and tower boost, like, you know, that's just worth it, to be honest. Alright, so coming off the boost, that's going to prevent him from setting a lot of things, and I'm just going to go ahead and balloon boost him some greens here, send out his own rush back at him. It forces 3 9-inch nails, forces another 9-inch nails, and a 0-0 NG. I'm going to go ahead and follow it up with pinks instead of blacks, because pinks move faster. And on round 8, he gives me a face palm. Like, why are you face palming me, kid? Okay, so he's going to go ahead and send me yellows here. I get another 9-inch nails, and I can afford another one, like, at 30 seconds, I don't know. Around there, yeah, we afford another one, and I'm still gonna have to boost this. And he perfectly balloon boosts this too. As you can see, he sends a lot of yellows here. He's still sending into the boost on my part, so I have no idea what he's doing, to be honest. And we're just gonna follow it up with our own yellows, balloon boosted, of course. Should have forced another tower boost. He sold a lot of defense for that rush, and it might even kill, to be honest. So we're just gonna keep sending yellows, and it looks like he's chasing, so that's not good for him at all. And I send way too many lads. I only need to send like 1 or 2, because I realized that he's probably going Ninja NG2, and he's gonna need to get his conjuring foam. He sells his farm, and remind you guys, this is the guy who had a lot of like really like top 1, top 2 prestige badges and top 2 global. And as you can see, I'm just laughing because this is definitely not his account, or he's definitely not that good. And as you can see, he goes down. Like, come on, what type of play was that? And his play definitely does not reward those meds, those amount of games played or anything. So honestly, I think that account is modded, or so he's on like his brother's playing on his account or something like that. Anyway, so like, look at that, top 100 badges, 10 T2 globals, 3 T3 globals, and there's like no way, not with how bad he played, he would be able to get that. Anyways, I'll catch you guys when we get our next opponent. So our next opponent is the same guy, as you can see. Like I was commenting earlier on his gameplay, he's not the best of players, even though he has a lot of badges. And this is the perfect example of what I mean by badges are not skill. Badges are definitely not skill. Look at this guy, for example. He has all the badges in the world, but he doesn't have any skill, or he lost to me and like a 50% win-loss record in BFB. Like, come on, man. Anyways, so he skips A game. I like Dart Cobra on that map, and I'm thinking Water Hazard. Water Hazard just gonna be like some late game boat mortar or something like that. It's pretty hard to choke on that map. So we get Zen Garden. I'm actually kind of happy that we got Zen Garden because I didn't want to spend like all day playing on Water Hazard, and I'm a decent Zen Garden player. I don't know, and this guy's not the greatest player, so I just give him a quick unlucky because obviously it's unlucky that we got that. And we're gonna start with our Dartling. I prefer my Dartling here. I'm not sure the exact starting spot, but I like this spot because it can also hit the layered path pretty well. He opts for his one on the bottom right side, which is also pretty good, but I'd say mine's better because it hits the scent path a lot better, and while his hits the AI path better, it's obviously better to defend the scent path versus the AI path. So you can eco to 258 here and perfectly afford your powerful darts. There's no point in trying to greed this, and at first I think he's ecoing. Like, look at how many reds he's sending when I already have the powerful darts. He might, I'm thinking maybe he's getting dartling lag or something like that. But I mean, look at that. Look how many reds he's sending. I'm like, what? Why are you ecoing on Zen Garden? That makes no sense, kid. And I don't know why he's facepalming me here. He's like over ecoed so much, and I don't even know what he's doing, to be honest. So we're just gonna go ahead and go for our farms. So farms are key here. Eco, yes, while eco is important, but on maps like this, you want to have higher farms because you're gonna get drained to like spaced moabs, or you're gonna get drained to like spaced ceramics. So definitely the play is to have higher farms, to be honest. So I'm sending some pinks here. This is why his dartling spot is bad. As you can see, he's leaking from that, while my dartling spot can easily solo, and he's just gonna keep leaking. So I'm gonna continue sending pinks like they're, if he's gonna leak, then that's fine. It barely costs me anything, and it still gives me eco, so it's probably worth it on my part. So I'm not gonna do any layering though, because it's gonna force too much defense on his part, and I do want to get a plantation before round 6. So on like 38, maybe 36, there you go, we can afford a plantation. But instead he opts to go for green rush, which is an interesting rush from him. I'm going for the second dartling, and I need the second powerful darts because we're gonna leak pretty low, but he's spending a lot of money on this rush. So what you can do here is you can just boost, and then he's not gonna have any money to counter. So as you can see, we force a boost from his side, and we barely sent any greens, and that's a big W for us. We can sell that now for a plantation, and look at that, where he's down a boost, and we're up, and we have extra farms. And why I boost this here is because I pretty much have the farm lead, and I don't want to sell my farm. So as you can see, we're perfectly fine with the boost, and yeah, we both traded a boost, but one of us has a plantation, and that person is me. So I'm just gonna send yellows here. It might even force the selling of the farm, and as it does, easy. And we sent the perfect amount of yellows to do that. And if he's gonna go ahead and send me yellows, honestly, I'm just gonna sell the dartling for a glaive ricochet, because that's a better play than selling a farm, honestly, not gonna lie. So he's gonna, yeah, as you can see, he sends me a small amount of yellows, but that's not gonna force anything, to be honest, with the dartling to solo cleanup. And I'm just gonna send, since he sold his boomer for farms, I'm just gonna go ahead and send him yellows, and it's getting really far on his side. He spikes once, and yeah, look at him, look at how drained he is. We probably have like around the same amount of eco. We have a whole plantation on him, and he has a boomer, yeah, but we can afford one right now. So like a round 11 rush with like regen leads and then zebras and whites over top is gonna be pretty good. But that's why I'm going to get my second dartling down to help clean up with that rush. And I'm just going to send that own rush at him. So if he boosts to like around 13 all out, he's going to die for sure. But as you can see, we're going to do this white rush at him. And on maps like this, whites are really effective. And it looks like he's fine on his side, but that's just dartling lag. As you can see, he leaks down to 44 lives, 33 lives, 10 lives. He boosts 7 lives. And it looks like he's vibing. So 6 lives. We sent him a camo lead. He doesn't have enough. He barely affords camo lead detection, and I think he's gonna go down. Yeah, he does go down to that camo lead detection. Camo lead. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in part 2.